I didn't even think about it, but I always call King Donovan.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
6:50. Might as well.
I don't think so. Whoa.
I don't even know how I'm going to do that. I can't.
But I can run.
You really can't.
You take your phone, you put it in the water.
Yeah, right. That's a bummer to take anymore. Dude,
Pretty tough.
yesterday morning I woke up at 3:05 a.m. old time.
I woke up and it was 7. I was like, this is alright. I feel sorry for you.
Oh yeah, no.
To go hunt, it's so hard by myself. So I have to like wake up, like make my coffee, like get dressed, walk out and it's dark, like get in my car, trying to fall asleep driving 2 hours, park in the dark, put on my headlamp, walk out, get the gun, and like wait for the sunrise. It's so cold. There was like frost on the ground and I had to sit down. It was like all crunchy, you know, just sitting on it. That was really. And I didn't see it, dude.
Oh, you just know.
All right, students. Boy, was it nice waking up late today, though. Today, we will do a couple of our lab results. You're going to figure out what percentage of your stuff sprouted, and you'll record that for your own results. Then, we will aggregate your results with my other periods. Are there any questions about that? A lot of my students say, is this a sprout? Is this a sprout? I've made a handy diagram for you about what is a sprout. If the seed is bigger than the root, like this, no it's not. If the root is bigger than the seed, like this, then yes, it's a sprout. If you really can't tell, like it's really that close, get over it. It's just school. Flip a coin and move on. Period 2 seed stuff is here, I think. If you don't find it, please see me immediately. Everything that comes out of there goes in the garbage. The masking tape, the paper towels, and the seeds. You should not eat them. A lot of times they mold. In my experience, this has been a benign mold, but you probably don't want to snort it. If you're squeamish about it, it can't hurt to wash your hands. It's always a good idea to wash your hands. The paper towels, sprouts, and tape go in the garbage. The Petri dishes go in the bucket outside with Petri dishes inside it. Are there any questions about that? Don't eat them. These are edible usually, but they're not edible in this condition. Don't eat them. And yes, we all know it smells. Like, we've all been through that, right? The smell problem. So we're going to move on beyond that. What?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
dead animal.
Yeah, a dead animal wrapped in dirty underwear that got moldy underneath his kelp. Pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty much like the worst thing. Next. You will grab your graduated cylinders from down there. There's always some miscellaneous organic material floating on top. Doesn't matter. Sometimes the water is kind of dirty, scummy. Doesn't matter. You'll find 3 layers. I can't remember what order it goes in. It should be in your post lab. What?
Salt, silt, clay.
Sand, silt, clay. Yeah, sand, silt, clay. On some of yours, it is so obvious which one is which. On some of yours, it's not that obvious. You'll have sand, silt. The clay is pretty obvious. because it's like really lighter color. Usually it's a thin stripe. And above that, you might have some like murkiness in the water. If you stir it very gently, you can tell what's water and what has settled. Just a really gentle swirl if you're not sure. Sand will be on the bottom. It has individual grain. You can see it with the naked eye. The silt, often a darker color. Usually you cannot see individual grain with the naked eye. And the clay is usually a thinner band, usually a grayish sort of color. You remove the base. In this sample, you can see at the bottom that's clearly sand, because I can see the individual grains with the naked eye. You can see at the top this clean white band. If I swirl it a little bit, I can tell what's water and what has settled. So I've got some, about 2 milliliters of clay. On the sand, it's kind of tough to tell where it splits, so you take it out of the base so you can spin the whole thing. And by spinning it, I can see that the clay goes right up to about 6 milliliters. Now watch. Can somebody pause me? Please, up there in the back. There's an active shooter on campus.
That's why you're letting Paul go outside.
Exactly. Can you just stand outside and take one for the team, bro?
Lockdown. Lockdown.
Pull that shot.
Earthquake. What's the emotion into this?
Take it.
Fine.
I wonder if that. Can you check to see if the outside is live strapped?
I couldn't hear it. Wait, where? Colorado.
Yeah, take one for the team, bro. Take one for the team. You're the hero.
He's like,
With the hair.
Just walk across my elementary school campus and they're locked. And you can just walk.
Is that locked, broski?
Yeah, boy.
Taking a shower.
That's awesome. Hey Mel, will you take another one for the team? Okay, so it's locked. Good job. Now make sure it latches, because you see it doesn't always latch. Thanks, buddy. Okay. And James, can I have the middle light switch, please? Everybody has a different amount of soil in there too. So this one goes up to 24. In this one, there are 7 mil of sand. At the top, there are 3 mil of clay. And so that, without doing a lot of math, I can see that that means there's 14 mil of silt. So you can see last period I had a very different sample than this one. In this one, 3 out of 24 is an 8. That equals 12.5%. 14 out of 24 equals about 60%. And 7 out of 24 is 37%. Listen carefully. Each of you will have, first of all,
All clear. All clear. All clear.
all clear? So each of you will have, first of all, look up, your own maximum height. You measure that first. Then figure out how much is clay, how much is silt, and how much is sand. That's the second step. And third, you get those percentages. Are there any questions about that? Now look up, because this is the part that gets trickier. You use your soil triangle. And you may want to write this down now. Because if you look down at 30%, there will be one line going this way and one line going that way. The sand lines are these ones. Sand goes like that. So sand goes this way. The lines, each line, these are all sand. These lines are silt, and these lines are the clay. When you get there, I will be available to help you do this again. Please listen carefully. I'll ask you to take a break 2 different times today. Are there any questions? Listen carefully for when I ask you to take a break. Marlon speakers. Get ready, get set, go.
Oh my God.
Oh, I need to do that
Oh my God.
So, are these results like the actual post labs?
We're getting there, yeah.
Alright, so it goes from 0 to 3. Look at that. Dude, it smells so nice.
Yeah, where's that part? And then, figure that out.
Yes. Paper towels. Yeah, paper towels.
Doing this one. So what do we do first? We're making it
It's like if they started it on
Oh, yeah.
Wait, well, she don't for that.
So nice. No, it's, oh. I don't think we're going to have any more. My favorite song? I have so many favorites. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I probably have Where did you get your soil? Where? It's not in my backpack.
Get a baby. Oh God. I spelled that. All sprouted?
Can we take out our lab sheets?
Oh my God. No.
Suck it, Rose.
Oh God.
Yeah. I didn't write down the notes. I'm supposed to.
Wait, is Cedar not here today?
Wait, what do I
Our hypothesis is
It's the very top. You can barely see it because it's the same color as the water.
It's like kind of like middle brown layer. Is that
That's
just
the sand. So you see sand goes up to like 13, just barely different.
Wait, how many different things are there? There's sand, like
There's a
like solidified? There you go.
Want to open the middle? Yeah, it is. Yeah, yours is almost entirely the same. Is it the same, right?
it seems to go. And there's like two
Triple dog dairy. Quadruple dog dairy. Quadruple dog dairy. Quadruple dairy.
What's that? Were they? Oh, I missed one point. I think we're
100% still is.
ready.
I think that's better. Like the whole thing with the
I don't know.
they just like pick the top off and just like.
Oh, it's so nice. Hey, wait, Austin, can you just give me a...
What do you want?
See if you see any like.
Hey, you want some caffeine?
Or does it want his burrito?
Stand up to...
And that one's like pretty hard to tell. I already looked at it. It was like it's literally just like like soda, water, soda. No.
That's it. You got sandy clay.
It's like isn't even water. It's all
I think I know what
See, this is why we weren't supposed to do like.
First time out. Your petri dishes, dump the tape, paper towels, and seedlings in the garbage. Just petri dishes go in the outside bucket. Wait. Also, still timing out. Also, your graduated cylinders, leave the bases on the table in the back. Bases on the table in the back. Then very carefully sink the graduated cylinders into that bucket. There's other glass in there. Don't break it. You got about 6 minutes.
Can I get a?
I'm recording the percentage.
you want to know. Oh, you guys
So what about this one? That would hurt so bad.
Wait, what's yours?
Oh, see, the far left one. Sure, yeah.
I'm just gonna make some numbers up here.
That's so awkward. I don't really know.
Don't worry, nobody watched.
They will.
Oh.
Wait, is this thing up to 20?
Oh, it's all moldy. Oh,
These are light brown.
One girl.
Sam.
Oh.
Is that all mold?
Oh my god.
Completely filled.
Wow.
That's ew. Ew. Don't even open that. Don't open it.
So much clay.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's like really, it's like overflow.
What's the max height? 40?
Put that thing back, dude. There's spores. It's gonna be
Oh, it's
fucking
not.
spores.
Okay, so 0.6%
Why is that start? I was just gonna say,
Them out and writing it somewhere on a piece of paper. Like really percentage, how many grow.
Okay.
yeah.
Can I write on that?
Yeah. Do you not?
My water was like.
That's what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
After I did really.
Okay. The only one we had growth in was 0.6%.
When we put these in the bucket, do we have to clean the dirt out first, or do we just put them in the bucket?
Let's see what everybody's doing.
Alright.
Silk? Wait, what
Can't tell at all.
It all looks brown. I don't know that you're going to explain silk.
They should be lighter.
What?
The same Scott. That's what I had. Same soda.
Kentucky.
It's like really mostly sand. The other two are interchangeable.
So what you would write for them?
Just 2 million.
Point sixes are on the growth.
That should be broken up. So the first line is the data collected, and then
Everyone else is bigger than that.
I'm not really sure what it's
I think it was he used Rusty from his combos.
No, it's just
That should be like 1 or something.
Seriously.
At least these.
Yeah.
Oh. A little bit too close. One of those sprouted either.
Why are we recording this? Why are we recording this?
Wait, what time does the fishing trip end?
Yeah. What is that?
And the games, like, games of we can do is we can just like hang out.
Hey, how do you clean this up?
Okay.
What's the maximum height? Maximum height.
Oh. I decapitated one of these.
What about sand?
Inventory, you know, your gadgets.
Yeah.
We can dump all this shit, right?
Oh my god.
You just want to gag.
And then Clay.
Oh, what do we have to do? Dispose of that monstrosity.
Can we throw this crap away? Yeah.
Cody, can we spend half country who are in our group?
Ben and Will and Luca.
No, Ben and Will.
Do you want like their phone numbers?
Put the sand at 15.
Okay, what should we do? Get all the recordings? Okay.
That's silk. It's like 5.
Now you're ripping so much water. The water is like all smelly.
Cafeteria.
No, I don't want to eat.
Dude, it's just the smell.
Does my paper smell? Does my paper smell?
I don't know.
Smell it. I gave you my 8 cents. You guys know 8 cents. Smell it. Smell it. Smell it.
Oh, you shipped it all. Oh.